Australia's first ever mosque was built in Maree, in the outback of South Australia. It was built by the Afghan Kamilis who were brought down by the British to help establish the railways and connect rural Australia to the major cities. All of this showcasing how Muslims have a rich history in this land. So considering this history, wouldn't this make an Australian Muslim so proud, thrilled and happy? But for some reason, those that we interviewed who visited this mosque were not as happy as one would think. So we asked them about their trip to the first of many masajid in Australia.
I think it was a very enjoyable trip. Some of the boys were a bit hesitant on our way there. You know, a long drive in the middle of the desert, but they all walked out, you know, loving that trip and wishing to do another one.
SubhanAllah, they established the masjid, and when you see the masjid, it's very simple. You remind me of the old masajid, of the first masajid in Islam, SubhanAllah, and how simple they were.
They built a few masjids there actually. They had the original temporary masjid, then they took that down, then they built the second masjid, then they took that down, then they built the third masjid, which was actually made out of tin. But now there's nothing there for the original masjid. It's just a landmark, and you can also see the spring that they used to make wudu out of. It's dried up, it's got bushes in there, but you can see kind of the outlines of where those original masjids were.
The impact that Muslims have left, the legacy of the early Muslims that came to Australia. But the issue they have done is they didn't put extra effort to pass on this identity to the offspring.
So the preservation of the Muslim identity?
Yes, that was the shock. I was shocked when I knew that there's no Muslim there, no Muslims. And even I talked to one of their grandsons, and I asked him clearly, are you classified as Muslim? He said, no. What about your kids? We don't know Islam. Would they like me to teach you Islam? He said, no, we're not interested anymore. No, we don't want.
When they offered him to learn the religion, he said that he felt he was too old.
Yeah, and even one of the grandsons said to me, you know, I don't eat pork. I don't know why. But my parents, we wouldn't eat it, so, you know, I kind of, but my kids do eat it.
3 to 4 families. Yeah.
3 to 4 families?
Yeah.
And they're practicing Islam or not?
No, they don't.
They're not practicing Islam?
They don't.
But why they're not practicing?
Because they never learned how to do it.
They never learned Islam?
They never learned, the young ones never learned anything.
And subhanAllah, I looked at this guy, and subhanAllah, I couldn't do anything but crying, subhanAllah, because imagine they have lost their religion.
That verse where he says, say indeed the real losers are those who have lost themselves and their families on the day of judgment. And verily indeed that is a great loss.
I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to shower them with His mercy and to forgive them for the shortcomings. %70 of the third generation of Muslims who live in the West lose their identity. The message to everyone who has kids: fear Allah in them, and remember that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala one day will judge you about them. And you have to provide an Islamic environment that should preserve their identity.
If you don't pray and your children don't pray and their children aren't going to pray, where's the deen going to stay? Eventually it's going to get lost.
Chucking your kids in an Islamic school thinking that you're doing your part is not going to solve the issue. Putting them in a Qur'an school or Saturday school, it's not going to solve the issue. Preserving your kids' identity is not about taking the box. Because some parents, subhanAllah, they want to take the box. Not want to put any efforts in helping the kids to feel that they are Muslims and Australians at the same time.
It shows if you don't, invest into the youth, they might lose the deen.